Oh my god. Hi guys. Oh my god. Hello? Hey all. Hey, howdy y'all. Howdy. Boy, howdy. They let me out of the room. And I'm so sleepy. Oh my god, I'm out of the room, guys. I've escaped. I'm so tired. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there you go. There we go. Hello everyone. I'm just I have a weight lifted off my shoulders is all I'm gonna say. It is I am I don't think you guys understand how much stress this live cost me. And how much I've been having to think about this nonstop for like the last like months on end, but it's done. It's done, guys. It's done. Yeah, they finally let me out of the room. You also had to hide it from us. I had to hide a lot of things from you guys during the time I was working on this stuff. So I can talk a lot about behind the scenes, but I also don't know how much I can talk about, to be honest. But yeah, already paid off. I hope so. I hope it paid off. Actually, thank you for the Akasuba being out of the room now. Yippee! I'm just if people enjoyed it, that's all that matters to me. So I'm glad. That's all I can ask for, really. That room was so big. Yo, they locked me in a room. Oh my god. And now I can do other things. The tigers. Do you guys want to know the lore behind? Okay, I can explain the lore behind like 90% of things. The tigers. So the tigers was literally just a random animation that staff would put on to like test the monitors, and I just thought it was really funny. So then I was like, when they asked me like, do you want to put anything on the monitors during the MC, I was like, can I use the tiger animation? They were like, why? So I just thought it'd be really funny. Like there was literally no good reason behind it other than it just seemed really funny. So yeah, that was I don't know, it was just something that I was like, you know what, I'll just do this to put it in because I think it'd be okay. Entertainment is valid enough reason? I sure hope so. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I'm free now. I'm free for the bit. It was always for the bit. I mean, again, like 90% of my decision making is literally just it would be really funny. Coach Tantan choreo with Mama too. Shout out Maridin. Maridin is the fucking goat. I also owe her money. She's awesome. Maridin. So I guess I need to give you guys some context. So this was like all of this was pretty much done like back to back with a bunch of other rehearsals. So I didn't have a lot of time to actually learn the choreo. So the entire time was me trying to learn it literally maybe like a little bit before we actually did the version. And then it was just me trying really hard to just mirror Uki the best that I could through peripheral vision pretty much. So if you wonder how certain things go, it is literally just I am quite literally learning a lot of this stuff on the spot. Same thing goes for a lot of like other things. Like pretty much, I keep in mind like this is like when I still, and if anything, I still don't know how to move like at all. I am really stiff, and that's just a fact of it. But I basically was like, all right, gotta improvise. Let's go. Really learning on the job? No, it literally was trying to learn on the fucking job, and I was like, dude, I'm so exhausted. So also, fun fact. So what old people? So the reason why I was also super exhausted, and you guys might be wondering why. Well, actually, I guess this might be the better explanation. If you guys are wondering why I basically was not streaming the like October, November, December, and then now I'm finally back. So I basically was doing all the rehearsals for this. I was doing all like practicing as much as I could vocal wise, trying to figure out logistics for everything. On top of that, also, by the way, all lyric motion was done by staff and Claude bro. Shout out Claude bro. All I'm gonna say, Claude bro pulled up and said, "All right, I'm gonna make this shit look good," and he did. So a lot of this was also done. So fun fact: in between rehearsal days, I was also touring apartments. And quite literally after this was over was when I moved in to the current place. So not only did I have to pack everything at the temporary mansion or whatever the fuck, like temporary apartment, I also was packing, having to move everything, having to find a new apartment. I toured maybe like 3 or 4 of them all at the same time while doing this. So if you were wondering why I basically disappeared for like the end of this year or like end of last year, that was pretty much what was happening. I quite literally was just so fucking like packed with a bunch of shit all at the same time while trying to make sure, because at the time I was like, okay, I gotta get this done, but also I need to know if I have a place to live or not. So that was pretty much how all of this happened. Man, I was really on that grind, and I honest to God wish that I gave myself proper time to do this without having to stress out the way that I did. Yeah. No wonder your tweets are so dead. Yeah, I was just fucking exhausted nonstop. Like, because keep in mind, I'm going from like pretty much like in the morning all the way to the evening, like maybe like 11 to like 9, pretty much. So yeah, that, and on top of it also being in like the studio and like in the booth, but pretty much also practicing like every fucking day essentially. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just hope. I hope. I honestly, I think it sounded. I think it sounded all right. I think my friends sound awesome. I think I sounded okay. So I'm happy with it. I can't. I'd like to think that I did a good job. Hope you got enough rest. I gotta worry about taxes now. Yeah, that was definitely tough. I'll say that much. It was super giga awesome. Yeah. I think it was a little tough because well, I guess I can talk a little bit more about the actual like why I picked who I picked. It was more so, 1, availability, and 2, my friends. And I think that was something that was like the forefront of my mind, you know? It was also that, and like a very like I've always wanted to do something like with this person essentially. So I was like, oh, I guess I can go through like my individual like song choices. I guess we start from the top. Yeah, D-Techno Life. Honestly, D-Techno-Life was like I just need to include a Bleach song somewhere. And I was debating at the time, like, do I put in one of the newer Bleach openings? Do I put no, in the back of my mind I was also like, there's no fucking universe I'm gonna be able to sing Sid, because Sid songs are really hard for me. If I had to do Ranbu no Melody, I would think I would have died. But also at the time I also didn't know whether or not I could get the okay for a lot of the newer openings at the time, because I know a lot more of the newer openings right now. And then I was like, you know what, it was either this or also Asterisk. And then I was like, you know what, I might as well just do Overworld, because it's like, you know, D-Techno-Life is like it is iconic for me. Like it is around the time when I started watching the series, and it's like it is a memory, is a like core memory for me more than anything. So D-Techno-Life was something that I was like, maybe I can do this. And then I was like, oh my god, this is hard. So I got mega grilled. I got mega grilled by one of staff, because they were like, no, you need to hit this note. No, you need to sing it this way. No, you need to say certain lines this way. And I was like, oh my god. So they really put me through the fucking ringer to make sure that this turned out the way that it did. And I was like, okay. But yeah. So yeah, D-Techno-Life was tough. But also it was specifically, I think if you watch the original music video and the angle that we picked, it was really funny, because I was like, I was looking for a way to make it so it looked like the original music video somehow. So that's why we're in the room. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it was mostly just like I wanted to include something from Bleach, and I think it was like something that meant something to me, you know? And I think that was kind of what I was gonna go with. Abyss by Nechi with a Libra. Ironically enough, I literally linked that to Alira when it dropped, like immediately, because I was like, damn, I think you would fit the female vocal really, really well. And then I kind of put it on the side for a long time, because I was like, we'll get to this eventually. But then I was like, okay, wait, now is kind of the time. Maybe maybe we can pull this one out. So now I was like, okay, let's do it. So yeah, that's kind of how it happened. I just really like the song pretty much. I like when I first heard it, I was like, I can hear Alira on this song. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, let's do it. Yeah. Gecko with Petra. You guys are the real answer. The real answer was because we were like, what song should we do? And then we were just like, Prosecca, and then that's kind of how that happened. Like deadass, it was just, okay, these are songs that I kind of know, and I figured that you would know because it's Prosecca, and I was like, okay, let's go with this one, because I do know the song. So yeah. You know, honestly, I was like, not, part of me was like, oh, I kind of wanted to do this song with as like two guys do it, but then I was like, actually, I think dynamically this makes sense. So that's why I think it fit with Petra pretty well, and I was pretty happy with it. When we were working on it, I was like, okay, cool. W was good. So yeah. Kostantan with Uki. Kostantan with Uki was basically just like, we were just looking for songs, and then that was when Alira suggested Kostantan to Uki, and then Uki was like, let's do this. And I was like, all right, let's do it. Because we were also like down to the fucking wire of like, we got to pick a song now. So I was like, I got to pick a song now, and I got to get this script done now. So yeah, that was how Kostantan happened. I also was like, This is probably like one of the only other songs that I like know only because of, I guess you can call it age. I don't know, man. I hate to say it only because like, I mean, it's like what, like 2016 Umetora, 2016 Vocaloid, and it's like, you know what? That's my time. So you think with the 10 gifted? So yeah, that was kind of how that happened. And then part of me was like, so the decision to put choreo in was basically like, okay, you know what? If it's with Uki, I kind of just want to like try. I think that was like my end goal at the time, because I was like, I just want to try to see if this would work, or if like I could make this work somehow. And I was like way in over my head at the time because I was so busy, and I was like, there's no, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, man. Aria, thank you, Akashupa. Thank you so much, EP. Congrats, thank you. Who did the choreo? Please tell me, Mr. Maridin. Shout out Maridin for the moral support, aka giving me the mirrored version and saying good luck. And I was like, okay. So yeah. It was peripheral vision and like a lot of failed attempts, I'll tell you that much. Cause sometimes I mix up my left and my rights. And that was definitely a lot more difficult than I would have liked it to be. But, or rather, more like I was just very ill prepared for the time. Yeah. So yeah, Kostantan, a lyric suggestion, choreo by Maridin. Honestly, I think it fit the vibe. I think it fit the vibe, like the Uki vibe. You know what I'm saying? I think that was what I was thinking in my mind. I was just like, you know what? I can see it. I think that was kind of how I went for pretty much all these songs. It was like the decision basically went, I can see it. Let's do it. And that was pretty much it. So yeah. Separate Police Piccadilly with Shoe. That one, okay, so ironically enough, originally I wanted to do Fatal because I was like, oh, maybe this could work. But then I didn't realize that he'd already done it, and I was like, oh shit. All right, well, I gotta go hunt down another song. And so it's two things. I basically went through and was like, what songs has Shu sung before in the past? And then I also thought about it because, and I guess fun fact, I actually sang Separate like ages ago. Like I have like a long archived recording of me doing like this for practice, like one chorus. So I was like, you know what? I kind of want to see how much I improved on this song in particular over like the many years. I think it's been like 4 years just about since I actually sang it. So I was like, you know what? I think I want to see just how much things have changed. Actually, no. Okay, actually, I'm pretty sure it's been 5. Oh my God, dude. Pretty sure it was 5. He sang song in one of his first karaoke's, and that's exactly where I found it. So I was like, you know what? Let's bring it back. So in my mind, I was like, let's do it. So yeah, that was kind of how that happened. It was literally just, I was hunting down songs that we could do together. I really like Police Piccadilly, but also, I was like, what would fit the both of us? And it was like, you know what? This works. And then also because I did check out like the karaoke's or like old VODs, and I was like, all right, what works here? So yeah, that was that was how I went with Shu. Okay. Sekaiichi Kawaii with Maridin. was I unironically it was both a pick because obviously it fit the vibe, but also specifically because Mane-san was like, you should do something cutesy at the time. And I was like, it would be really funny because what if I did idol music somewhere here? And then everything just kind of lined up in the sense of Mane-san really likes Kotane. I really like Kotane. I like Idol Master. And also, Marini likes Kotane. So it was like, oh, you know what? This is kind of funny. Let's do it. So that was that was kind of how that ended up happening, actually. It was literally just, God, it would be really funny to sing like an Gakumasu song. And I was like, let's do it. Your high belt went crazy for that on that song. Okay, so I was debating so fucking hard on whether or not I just dropped the octave, and I was like, what, you know what, I think it'd be wrong of me if I did. I think it would be a missed opportunity to just go fucking hard and just jump the octave. So yeah, I was like, you know what, but yeah, it was also like what is it? It primarily was just Gakumasu, and because unironically, because idol song Gakumasu and Kotane is Mane-san is Kotane P. That was pretty much it. I just thought it would be fun. I love the range that you can sing. You are awesome. I will only be able to sing in that range at very select moments in time, and I will not attempt to do it now because I'm tired as fuck. I've been up all night. So yeah. Sold out that. But yeah. Okay. Ichinan with Meloko. So I don't know if I've ever talked about this in the past. So I actually only found out about Penthouse because I'd went to a karaoke after dinner one of my previous Japan trips. And there was another person at this karaoke who sang Ichinan solo. And I was like, whoa, which band is this, man? So I started listening to a lot of their music, and I was like, okay, out of all of their songs, I really like Ichinan a lot. And I remember I was like, I want to do this song at some point in time. Who could I possibly do this with? And then I realized Meloko fits this profile so fucking well. And then I was just like, you know what? This is my opportunity to finally do this song. So then it kind of just ended up happening, and that was not only was that the start of my I really like Penthouse now, but also now I can cross that off my fucking bucket list because I guess I can say I did the song. I also, fun fact, I actually, was some things that I kind of felt like I wanted to do better. The one thing I wish I could have done better with Ichinan specifically was the actual like vocal texture of it that I kind of missed. But that was also because I was basically burned to the fucking ground voice wise. There was no universe that I could add like any sort of vocal fry or grit throughout any of that, only because I was just so fucking exhausted. And I remember I sat through and watched a lot of like the Penthouse, like they do like vlog style videos or like podcast style videos about how they like record and like how they produce and stuff like that. And I sat down and like watched that nonstop, trying to figure out exactly how to emulate that same vocal texture. And I was trying so fucking hard to get there, and I was like, man. So at that point in time, I was like, you know what, this is just how far I can go. I just got to get this done, and that was kind of how that happened. But yeah, learning that rap was fucking hard, that's for sure. that was tough. You know, mix, not this time. This time was all staff. So thank God staff was there to do everything, because I think I would have died if I had to do this at the same time. If I had to deal with this, if I had to deal with also having to move and then also taking care of all 8 songs at the same time, I think I would have died. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd like to think that the song picks were all pretty good. I'd like to believe that we all like blended together pretty good. I think that's one thing that I'm happy that it came out with. That I think it just melded well, and I'm happy with it at the end of the day. Yeah, and then the last song, Nostalgia by Yoman. I think I just really wanted to sing that song. I think it was just always in the back of my mind that I was like, I really want to sing this song at some point in time. Actually, that's pretty much it. I don't like that one in particular. I actually don't have like a really specific motivation behind it, other than to me, I mulled over this for a long time because it's a song that I really, really liked. I've heard other covers of it. And I was like, I do want to sing this at some point in time. But also, I did like if you read the translation for the lyrics, it's also like super, I don't know. For me, there was like that feeling of resonating with it. And I was like, you know what? I think this would be a really good song to like kind of end off on. And ironically enough, this was actually supposed to be in 3D debut instead, originally. This was swapped with, I believe, Bad Dance Hall, actually. So Bad Dance Hall was potentially supposed to be in the concert, and Nostalgia was supposed to be in debut. But then I was like, I feel like it, because doing Nostalgia and Nashisa at the same time, I was like, I think this would be a nice closure to that, and this would be a nice closure to this. And then we ended up just switching it over. This was also a song that fucking gave me so much headache too, by the way, because I don't know how to do head voice at all. Yeah. Do you plan debut and 3DLive simultaneously? Fun fact, yes. So again, if you're wondering why I was so stressed out basically from August all the way until now, it was literally just nonstop planning, nonstop like just making sure that things were going okay, practicing for when we were going to do everything, making sure like all the scripts were done, making sure whatever you commission was ready. On top of that, also moving into the making sure I was going to be like have my flight ready, make sure I was going to be ready to move everything, make sure that I was going to have like a place to live by then, because I was at a temporary place, making sure I would be able to find like a semi-permanent apartment, which I'm at now, a month after, to figure out how to move, to figure out when I could record anything, when I could practice anything, where dealing, obviously it's difficult because like I didn't want to be too loud. Ironically enough, like I just didn't have any opportunities to that's also why I wasn't able to stream pretty much at all, because I didn't want to be loud in the temporary apartment. And also the only times that I could like be kind of loud was when I was streaming for like a little bit. And also all my practice was done at the studio. So I was always at the studio, and I was always basically in one of the booths, either doing takes just to make sure that I sound the way that I want to, and then also just practicing nonstop. So I was basically recording a bunch of takes to finding which was like the right one from 11 a.m. to like 8 p.m. pretty much 3-4 times a week for like a month. So that, like, if you guys are wondering, like during that time when I was just tweeting nonstop, I'm just like, help, they locked me in a room. It was literally just that. I was locked in the booth pretty much nonstop, like 9 to 5 pretty much for a good month. Was locked in for months, for real. Yeah, like at some point in time, as much as I joke about, oh my God, they let me out of the room, it like literally, it was, I had to be locked in the room to make sure that this turned out okay. Thank you for singing Sekaiichi Kawaii Watashi. You're the cutest in the world. Yippee! Kawaii honto da. Mechanic, thank you for the Akashupa. So proud of you, Claude. Your singing is always amazing. Thank you so much for everything in this wonderful 3D live. Thank you. Yippee! But yeah, I'm tired as fuck. So yeah, I basically stayed up all night because I was so stressed out about this going over well, making sure that like it went okay. So yeah, I'm just hoping. I'm glad people liked it. I just hope that I'd like to think that I'm okay ish. I think well that's not the right word, but I'd like to think that I got better when I need to be good about it, because at least I know when I rehearse stuff it turns out okay. Yeah, turns out when you spend an entire month trying to rehearse songs nonstop, maybe it sound kind of good ish, maybe when the thing is done, I guess. How ready are you for Lock on Fleek? I'm so fucked. Alan, we are so fucked. Do you realize? Do you realize? I'm so tired. We'll do fuck. I think tomorrow. What the fuck? I think tomorrow I'm gonna be meeting up with some people, and then immediately after I gotta do Lock on. We're gonna practice tomorrow. I might be a little late though, so we'll have to see. So yeah, that was I guess I can answer like any other questions about 3D Live specifically, because I guess this is the time and place to do it. But yeah, that was pretty much. I feel like I talked about most of the things that I feel like was promote the birthday merch wife. Oh yeah, that's also out now. Bro, I didn't even have the energy to fucking talk about the birthday merch, only because I was so stressed out about this. About the tigers, I talked about this already. The tigers were literally just placeholders that staff would put up on those screens, and I thought it was really funny to keep it in. Is there anyone else you would have wanted to sing with? To be honest, if I could have gotten everybody all at once, it maybe would have been awesome. But I think in my mind, I really wanted it to be like these are the duets that I've always wanted to do with people, and it is mostly like a bucket list thing for me. I was like, you know what, I could see myself doing these duets with these people. Let's do it, pretty much. Yeah. It was just kind of hard because it was like I also was in the back of my mind. So the bigger reason why, like, at the time I wish that I could have done more, but it was quite literally just the overhead, like, because I was also practicing for debut at the time, and then also this, I was like, there's no way that I have enough time to do 5 other songs for debut, 8 more songs for this, and then also figure out how to do more than like a duet with more people. Like maybe like I can't, if I had to do a group of 3 or if I had to do a group of 5. Like I know there's some people talking about, oh, what if Requiem, or oh, what if this person. It was difficult to manage, and I kind of was just like, you know what, bucket list. Let's get it there. Any people out of Ian that you would have wanted to invite? I think that's the thing though. I think specifically for the 3DLive, I wanted it to be like an Ian thing for me. Because you know, in the back of my mind, I was like, I got Leo for debut. Watarai Senpai was already in debut, and I was like, I want to make this a thing where I can sing with my friends, you know, and that was my outlook on it. I was like, let's make this a thing that I could enjoy with friends. I don't know. In a way, it really just reminds me like of, you know, in a way, it just reminds me of like when I was younger, of, you know, the desire to sing with people, you know, and I feel like in a way, like I'm happy. I'm happy because it really does satisfy the like 2011 Vocaloid fan deep down, you know. I think that's my outlook on it. The 2011 Vocaloid fan who always really wanted to sing and like who really wanted to be a Nutaite and just didn't have the chops for it, and now here I am doing this for like an event, you know what I mean? And I think that to me was more important than anything. It was just, yeah, you know, I get to sing with friends, and that was the most important thing for me. Yeah, you know, like I think I also in my mind there is like plenty of other opportunities in the future that I think I'm like, you know, I'm looking forward to. I'm glad I have the chance to, and more than anything, like, you know, I think I've got more stuff that I'm ready to work on now that this is done. And now I can finally get back to the grind, or rather, now I can finally actually like worry about getting other stuff done. I don't know anything in 10 months. Hope you never stop singing because your voice is insane. I think I sound very one note. Oh my god. Actually, this reminded me. So one of I actually have a bunch of like the practice takes specifically for Nostalgia. Nostalgia I think made me the most upset, ironically enough, because I even now I still feel like it sounds super samey, and I feel like I just did not do enough like dynamically, or I didn't do enough with like volumes or like specific voice types. Like I didn't do enough with the falsetto. I didn't do enough with that the whisper tone towards the end. I didn't do enough. There's so much texture wise that I wish I had done, but I think I was just so nervous as I was recording it and everything that I was like, oh my god, let's just like I just need to get this done, you know. So it is the one thing that I felt like Nostalgia and D-Techno-Life, I think both to me felt the most stiff in my opinion. Like those to me were the more difficult ones to actually like do. But I think it's also doesn't help that it was because it's a solo at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It is just a solo that I think was difficult for me at least. So yeah, that's I will always you, and you know me, I will always look at it with the lens of like I could do better, and I think I will always want to do better, you know. He doesn't the super surprising man was watching with tears in my it was so shit, it was blurry half the time. Can't wait to rewatch this over and over. Thank you. Yeah. So I think there's more that you know. I think I see myself singing some songs that I've sung in the past before again to see if I've gotten better. But yeah, you know, I don't know. I just feel fulfilled, and I really want to do. You know, I want to do. I'd love to do another like 3DLive. I'd love to do another 3DLive with another set of people. If we were to, you know, get another like slot for something in the near future, you know, I'd love to be able to do that. And you know, I think it comes there comes to the territory, right? Like there's a lot that I got to work on still. There's you know, there's plenty of stuff that I still got to improve at before I think I'm ready to do a lot of stuff. And you know, I look forward to a lot of it, you know. I've got a lot of things that I'm looking at right now, and seeing where I can improve on and how best I can. And, you know, I guess in my mind, I'm just hoping that I can like show that off in the future when I can. I got to go to the bathroom real quick because I really got to pee. Just 1 second. All right, 1 second. One second. Entertain yourselves. What the hell? Oh, seven's while he's gone, bro. Sound very awesome. Our vocal powerhouse. Thank you for all the hard work and perfect stylist and beat concert. Thank you, Meg, for the Akashupa. But oh my god. Sometimes I'll admit I think I will admit there is like a little bit of like it's tough, man. It's tough. I will admit, I think ever since we coined the term vocal powerhouse, I guess. Okay, they were the super as well, and I think with the 3 months. I will admit it has that pressure a little bit for me, you know. I think I spent a lot of time really in my own head about this, and I guess if you guys did wonder why there were like some weeks that I did disappear for a little bit and why I wasn't talking like at all, it was the times when my vocal dysmorphia kicked in like high gear, as a result. You know, I don't think you guys understand how stressed out I was about this and just how much I really wanted to make sure that this did sound good and that I did live up to that title of quote unquote vocal powerhouse. And I was really anxious about it, you know, like I'm still anxious about it. You know what I mean? I don't think I'll ever not be anxious when it comes to like singing or being on camera or on stage or anything. You know what I mean? And it's been something that I tried really hard to break away from. You know, it was really hard to kind of really let myself get away from that pressure more than anything. So it's a double-edged sword, you know. In a way, there's a confidence to that because it's like, damn, people really see me like that, but also it's like, oh, people see me like that. You know what I mean? So it was it was definitely a roller coaster of emotions like coming up to this. But I think I'm very flattered that people do think of me that way. I'm very flattered that people do see me that way, and you know, it really leaves me feeling like I still want to improve, you know. I want to get better. I want to do all these things. So but you know, now that this is out and now that you know what that means. Now I gotta put out more covers because what? Oh my god, Chesu, post-3DLive might go. Oh my god, have you seen the thumbnail for the 3DLive, by the way? That's right there. At Onipilot, at Chesu right there. Yeah! Schley girl. Oh my god, hi Chi. Kujira, thank you for the super. I really love your singing voice. I enjoy the live so much that I end up crying. Thank you so much for the wonderful time. 本当にありがとう。ありがとうございます。来てくれてありがとう。Yeah. You know, unironically, there was also the other thing in the back of my mind when I was picking who I wanted to do songs with was also specifically like, oh, it would be really funny to see the reactions of some people if I duetted with this person. It just in my mind it was like this would be really funny. I wonder who. I think everybody like so evil for that though. Well, you can say that. Hey, what can I say? At the end of the day, everything is motivated by would it be really funny? Yes. Let's do it. I was so happy when Ukishu and Meliko appeared, like all purple. Kanan! Thank you for the Akasupa. Akasupa. 最高でした。ありがとうございます。My wife, are you going... Mr. Wife, why did I say my wife? Mr. Wife, are you going to post the song separately? I don't know if I will. I think I'll just keep it as like one big thing. But you know, it was it will probably stay that like I don't know if I'll do separate. If it is like a really big in demand thing, maybe I'll do it. But even for like debut, I still haven't gotten around to doing that because honestly, I don't really have the okay. So I've been asking for a Claude we would duet, and I finally got yippee to my awesome Sugoi life. Yes, I mean you are our wife, my wife. No, now I can't put it in my playlist. What do you mean? You can still put it in your playlist. I think you just have to listen to all 8 songs back to back, you know? It's just part of the experience. Dear wife, it might be funny to ask about this. Have you been lurking around our posts on Twitter? Sometimes. Not by intention, that's for sure. It kind of just shows up. So true, wife. Thank you. Husband, we have no money. Husband, we have no money. Hey, I thought you didn't go on Twitter. I am legally obligated to go on Twitter when I have to. And then I just think it'd be really funny to either reply to a shitpost or just fucking have fun, do something really funny. All the dudes were fire. Your voice would be and blends so well with others. You know, I guess that's the other thing. I've always thought about this in a weird way. The one thing that I struggle with, which I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, right? Is that unfortunately my voice does blend, yes. but also I think it blends so much that it just sounds like the other person all the time. Does that make sense? So if you ever hear like specifically like whenever I do, like I'm at karaoke with other people, or if I do post anything, or if I'm part of like any group things, if I am not a soloist, then my voice kind of just blends with another person and you kind of can't tell the difference sometimes. So for me, my ears can't pick up my voice anymore at some point in time. And I don't know. I basically am just like, okay, I just accept. I accepted. Have you not seen the posts of Outclaws being able to pick your voice out of a crowd every time? Whoa, you can do that? Whoa, how do you guys know that? Hey, if I was outside eating food and I was talking, would you would you be able to tell? would you know? No. I can always zero in on you. That's scary. Damn, it's almost like we like you or something. Whoa, you guys know my voice? Wow, dude. Okay. Anyway. I'm also really fucking hungry, by the way. Again, I have been up all fucking night, like stressed out about this. I was at the gym for like 3 hours from like 2 a.m. to like 5 a.m. just because I was like, I need to occupy myself, otherwise I'm gonna go fucking insane. So I'm like, I think after this one, I'm going to go get lunch and then pass the fuck out because I am so exhausted. Gym is open during that time. Gym 24/7. Yippee! Yeah. I at the end of the day, am I proud of what I did? Yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy. I think it turned out good. And of course there are things that I can improve on, but I don't think I will ever be able to say that I was like disappointed with anything. You know? And it really looking back on it, you know? Going back to talking about like, you know, the 2011 Vocaloid fan in me, you know, I think I will never be, or rather, I will always be shocked by where I am now, looking back on myself like 10, 15 years ago, you know? I've always been scared talking. I used to, when I was younger, I used to get scolded for being too loud or mumbling all the time or not speaking clearly enough sometimes or just laughing too loud or screaming too much because I'm playing video games. You know, it really made me not want to make sounds. And Vocaloid was an escape for me. It was something that I found a lot of meaning, a lot of something that truly felt, you know, I like this. I really want to be able to do some of the cool, I really wanted to sing too. You know, I would listen to a bunch of Utate at the time, and you know, it's crazy to think that just how things change. I was always really scared of being able to record anything. I was always really scared to do anything but mix for a long time. And I thought that was the only thing I was good at. I thought that was the only thing that I could have done, because I never felt that I was worthy of being in the spotlight or being the main focus and stuff like that, because I just wasn't good enough. And, you know, I think it's crazy to feel like how things changed in a way that now I'm singing full songs in a 3D debut. I'm doing parts of choruses. I mean, I did a solo again. And now we did another 8 songs with close friends. You know, it's crazy to look back on it. You know, it really means a lot to me to kind of be where I am right now. You know, I'm really happy. I'm just glad that I was able to do it alongside everyone, and that people did come to listen. And that's all I could ever ask for. Yeah. It's wild to think how much of things have changed. I will say, I did see one question. Are there any specific utaites who inspired you in improving? Okay, so for the longest time, and I'll give you the rundown of the list. Soraru-san, Rib-san, Mei-chan, 小学生Norise, Araki-san, Itokashi Taro. I really look back on it fondly. Shuhei and Shoes, ironically enough. There is a lot of like different vocal role models in my life, basically, that I'm like, I wish that I could get remotely close to like this tone, because I'm like, oh, I want to have that level of bass from this person, but I want to be able to hit notes like this person. I want to have like this type of texture to it. I want to be able to do these types of songs. I want to be able to belt like crazy. I want to be able to like learn how to properly scream at some point, you know? It's ironic, you know? Like there's a lot of people who I do my best and I've tried to emulate over many years of trying. And, you know, in a way, I feel like I've come to my own conclusions of, you know, what do I want out of my own voice and where I'm at. And I guess I can say that, you know, I do what I do. I sound the way that I sound, and I did my best this time around, you know? So. Jay-Z, congrats and thank you, Mr. Vocal Powerhouse. Thank you, Yakashupa. So yeah. I just really want to keep improving. There's a lot more that I want to work on, so. Our president is a motherfucking singer. That's crazy, dude. Yeah. I'm sorry. I've never watched you before, but I was so drawn. I'm just gonna say drawn to your voice. Keep it up. You're doing great. I appreciate it. Even though this is your first time, I hope I see you around in the future. Yeah. Our president can sing Giga well crazy. But yeah. You know, all I'm going to say is this year specifically, I really want to make the push. Before I did have the resolution from last year, which was lots and lots of duets. So this year, I think I really now the big milestones are out. These were the two of the biggest projects that I was super worried about for the last half year, basically almost a full year. So now I can kind of redirect a lot of focus, you know. So I want to work on more stuff. I want to be able to do more, and I think I want to take more opportunity to do it with more people, you know, more of the guys around me. So yeah, it's such a strange feeling to kind of really have this moment of like, if I could go back and kind of look at myself, my younger self, and show him what I accomplished today, just how happy he would be. So I think I leave it for myself now, to where I hope I can look back maybe in the year's time, maybe in 6 months' time, who knows? And if I can do something more in the future, if I'd really grown, such that I can always look back to this point and say, I didn't give up. I'm happy. So thank you guys. I will I'm gonna go get some food. I'm really hungry, and I'm gonna try and get some sleep. I will see what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow, and double check with everyone, because I got a lot of like scattered plans right now, which I need to do a proper schedule for this week. Yeah. Seriously. Thanks for listening. I'm happy with how things turned out. I'm glad people liked seeing everything, and there's a lot of people I'd like to thank for it, especially specifically all of staff. I trust me when I say that this was a full, to put staff through everything that I had to put them through, and all the super late deadlines that I was on, or how late on a lot of deadlines I was, and on top of that, like how rushed a lot of like last minute stuff was. Good God, I'm so sorry, but thank God, I deeply appreciate each and every single piece of effort that was put into this. Mane-san especially. I think Mane-san deserves quite literally every ounce of praise that I could ever possibly give a single person. Mane-san quite literally is the reason why anything gets done and that I'm still alive to this at this point in time. Trust me when I say, if there's anyone who I felt like has really helped me keep me grounded more than anything and to kind of just wake the fuck up, it's Mane-san. Really, I truly, they just are the best, man. They're the best. And God, Clawmark is a two-man operation. It's me, Claude, and Mane-san. So, but seriously, Mane-san is above all else the fucking greatest. And also Clawbro. I don't think you guys understand how clutch Clawbro came in, specifically for the lyrics motion. Clawbro quite literally, I gave him everything and I was like, do you understand the assignment? He's like, all right, let's go. And I think he did an absolutely stellar job for all the motion graphics and everything. Like, he really... Yeah, I was very, very surprised with specifically Sekaiichi Kawaii, because I was like, damn, you can do this? So he really understands style. He really understands how to make things move, how to, well, literally, but you know, how to make things look really good. So, hey, you know, good thing I paid for the apartment. No, but I do, you know, like, I'm glad that I'm able to connect with my brother in that way. And be able to have him be involved in a way. So, you know, that guy. Hey, family's family, you know? So when he needs it, I'll be there. So yeah. Yeah. Everyone else who agreed to do it with me, Lyra Uki, Petroshu, Marini Meliko, like I'm really glad that they said yes, and I'm glad that I was able to do something so cool. And you know, it is something to remember down the line. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. I am going to do a lot this week before Lock and Fleek, but I'll let you guys know. I'll put some waiting rooms up and we'll be back to streaming, and maybe there's also going to be some different stuff in the future as well, because now they let me out of the room. I am free. So yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys. I'll see you guys when I see you. You'll know when I do it. But again, thank you so much for thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me. And I can only hope to keep on doing better and better projects for you guys, because I only exist because of you guys at the end of the day. So you know what that means. You know what that means. Good night, guys. Or yeah, good night. Good night.